another Stampin' Sunday video. This is Laura Buechler of Inkyfingers Papercrafting, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Nanaimo, BC. Today I'm going to show you a simple and beautiful card made using the Tulip Fields bundle. It doesn't use any designer series paper, which is so unusual for me. Instead, we're going to create a beautiful scene with simple stamping and a bit of die cutting. This card was inspired by Amy Conders. The measurements for the card are Let's start with some stamping. I'm going to use this scrap white cardstock to stamp a windmill and 3 clouds. I'll also stamp a sentiment. Now for some die cutting. I'll cut out the pieces I stamped plus some additional pieces. I'm going to use this large stitched white rectangle to cut out a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to put adhesive sheet on this black cardstock and cut out a bicycle. Now I'm going to create the scene on this stitched white rectangle. This stamp set has these amazing stamps to create this forced perspective of a field of tulips. Start with this stamp that creates the horizon line. You can place it wherever you want on the cardstock, high or low, and with this narrow point either to the left or right, or dead center. I'm going to place it a little bit to the right. Now I'll use this triangular stamp to fill in the rows of tulips. I'll start by putting one pointing directly at the narrow point of the horizon. And I'll fill in all the other rows with different ink colors. I'm going to use my blending brush to create a blue sky above the tulip fields. Notice that I move the brush in a circle to pick up the ink, and then use the same circle to apply the ink to my project. I also start the circle off the page so that I don't end up with a big chunk of ink on my project. If you do end up with an ink smudge, don't worry, you can cover it up with a cloud. This card doesn't necessarily need a sentiment, and you'll notice I chose a really small one and then cut it even smaller because I just didn't want to cover up any of my beautiful tulip fields. And now I'm ready to assemble my card. You could certainly leave it without a sentiment, or stamp your sentiment on the inside of the card. And there's my finished card. Remember that you'll get a chance to win this card when you share the video from my public Facebook page. Leave a comment below to let me know that you've shared, and maybe I'll be sending you this card in the mail. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please drop me a comment below and let me know what you think. And if there's something specific that you'd like to learn about, just ask. Remember that you can purchase all the products shown on my website, Inkyfingers.ca, where you'll also find more project tutorials, current promotional details and catalogs, my events calendar, and the sign up for my email newsletter. Have a great day, everyone, and happy stampin'! Bye!